From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Highmark Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Out of his end zone, here comes Jalen Reagor. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Bills, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Cousins. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. But it's caught on the right side of Smith. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 25 on second down, Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Well, he gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
One.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Cousins. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys who get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
The Bills at 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. He has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Throwing on first down is Allen.
Complete. It's Dotson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. And again, it's Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Play action now. Cousins. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. This is taken at the 23. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
On play action, Allen. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he's brought down. 11 yards there, just like last play. Well, you think he loved the protection he had there all kinds of time.
And you're so right. How could you not love that? Great protection. The big guys up front really locked in on it. No one gets near the quarterback. He's got all the time in the world to survey the field and deliver for a 1st down.
And the big boys. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. The 20. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Touchdown! Jalen Reagor, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Going deep for Diggs.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Throwing, Cousins.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And the Bears will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. A gain there of 21 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, and a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
A great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And we welcome welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Throwing again on second down. Allen, they'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And the final number on Next Gen Stats, how about this? 71 yards through the air. Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
On second and 11 now. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Cousins to throw it. You're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu.
It's so rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's personal or just it's a game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Allen. A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Lewis. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write out his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Here's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Jahan Dotson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. To throw is Cousins. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll look to set up his blockers. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. To throw again on second down. Allen, he'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up. to the air. Allen.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. Finding space at the 40.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Allen.
He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Lewis Seen.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. That's to about the 28, second down coming up.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Gregory Rousseau works his way in for the stop and the loss. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now between last week and this week.
I just use the calculator. I didn't really double checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Oh, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Allen now on first down. Throw left side taken in by Pittman. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Michael Pittman, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bills are looking as if they'll move it to 7-2 as they add on to this lead. Pass on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Von Miller, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. So Allen's going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense